So, Cassady Campbell did another sting. Well, you know, another predator hunting video with Alex. And this one has me very perplexed, okay? Because on one hand, it is probably the funniest shit I've seen of his in a very long time. If this was, here's the thing, if this was a skit, like if this was just a legitimate fucking skit, I mean, the guy is a fucking genius, okay? This guy is a fucking genius. This shit was the funniest fucking thing I've seen all day. But then there's the other part where it was just like, this dude. I mean, he did this video. There's so much wrong in this video as far as the laws being broken. I don't even know where to begin. And this isn't even like, you know, like I'm not even a lawyer or anything like that. This is just plain obvious things that he just does in this video that is just against the law. Okay? So, you know, they find this predator or whatever that is targeting I guess a 13-year-old boy. Here's the thing, in the video, the predator comes into the guy's house or whatever, and then, you know, Cassady comes out, and just as the predator's about to go towards the door, you know, Cassady's like, no, you sit down. He blocks the door. So I was like, okay, so now you're gonna, like, unlawfully detain him. Okay, sits him down, they start talking, and I honestly tell you the truth, it's like the jokes just write themselves. Now the sad thing about it is that, I don't know which way to go about this, because part of me is like, because he treats this like it's a joke, it's like, I mean, I don't know what to say about this. Partly, I feel like he shouldn't be treating any of this shit like it's a joke, especially from what this guy has said. He said that he's done this to about 11 to 12 different fucking kids. He said he's done this to 11 to different 12 fucking kids. Okay, so none of this shit should be remotely funny. I shouldn't be laughing my ass off. I should be fucking disgusted from start to finish. Okay. Now again, you know, you also got to sit there and remember, Cassady Campbell, he's a comedian. You know, he's a prankster. He does a lot of jokes, a lot of pranks and stuff. You know, I rarely find times where he's actually serious. The majority of stuff is comical. So it's like having him do any of these things, it's like, well, you're not gonna treat it seriously. You're a fucking prankster. You know? But with that being said, the shit is funny as fuck. So it's like, I don't know which way to go. But you know, towards the end, well, I mean, it's a little bit longer, but towards the mid part of the end, yeah, it's actually towards the middle. The guy tries to leave because he's like, listen, you're either gonna call your parents, or I'm gonna call the cops. Guy says no, so he's like, alright, fine, I'm gonna call the cops. This guy reaches for Cassady's phone, and then runs out, and then starts to run out the door. Now, Cassady blocks him, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure at this point you are just breaking the laws right there. Like, you can't hold somebody. You know, you can't hold somebody hostage. And so, you know, after the cops come and everything like that, and after they are like yelling their ass off and shit, you gotta sit there and think, this is something that Chris Hansen said to, I think, Maximum Exposure. He was like, listen, whatever you do, even though that your heart's in the right place, don't do something that's going to get these people to walk. You know, don't do something that's going to get these people to walk off of a fucking case that the cops could have built. Now, I'm not sitting there saying, like, you know, I don't agree with him as far as, oh, well, let the professionals handle it and stuff like that. No. Sometimes at the end of the day, even if they get caught, sometimes they only get a slap on the wrist and then they walk, you know? And people don't know who they are. And a lot of times, some of these people are repeat offenders. So, you know, a lot of times, sometimes it's better to get exposure at the very least. This way you know who this person is. But when he was snitching saying, you know, don't do something that's going to get the case tossed out, this is exactly what he means. You watch this video, and a lot of the times, even in a lot of the videos or whatever, you know, some of the cops would just, some of the cops would sit there and say, you know, are you, you know, like, did you keep him here against his will and stuff like that? And they're like, no, we didn't do that. And for the most part, they didn't. But this is the reason why they actually have to ask that question. Because when they start doing Stinghouse videos, there's another video where Alex and some big fucking guy is literally holding this guy like fucking hostage, okay? He's literally holding this guy hostage. Alex is blocking the damn door, and this guy is just like fucking huge. And I'm like, you can't do this shit. You know, it just seems as though like Alex and, you know, Cassady just do whatever the fuck they want, and it's just, you know, they'll call the cops afterwards and they'll sit there and say, we're doing this, we're doing that, blah 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 blah, and they'll show them the evidence. But then once you look at it, any fucking decent attorney, any lawyer will sit there and be like, yo, you're holding my client against his will. You know, they'll sit there and say, you know what, we should toss this out just because you're holding this guy against his will. It's just something you just don't do, you know? So, like, while it's funny as shit, and it brings exposure to these people, you know, this is why I always sit there and say, this has been my biggest gripe since I started watching Predator, Poachers, and stuff like that. And this is, you know, this is the thing that people sit there, you know, some people in the comment section be like, oh, well, at least they're sitting there getting exposure, at least they're... It's not what you do. It's how you go about doing it. Okay? I cannot stress this enough. It's not what you do. It's how you go about it. So they may catch, okay, so in that video, they may have caught the guy and they turned him over to the police and everything like that. Now, what happens if this guy walks because of what they did? What happens if he walks because of what they did? This guy lays low for like 6 months or whatever, and then he's going back out doing it again. He's back out there doing it again. Let's put it this way. If this guy walks because of what they did, and God forbid he does something to somebody else, it's on their hands. Okay? It's on Cassady Campbell's hands, and it's on Alex from Predator Poachers' hands. It's on them that case got tossed out because of what they did. Just like the other video. There's a video where this guy, I don't know if he's Russian or not, but this guy, huge fucking guy, and Alex is holding this guy practically hostage. You know, this guy's not there trying to leave, and he's literally blocking the door. Now, if that case gets tossed out, it's because of him. It's because of Alex and now the guy. You know? While they're going out there selling merch and selling their fucking, you know, their Patreons and, you know, the unaccessed stuff and whatever, getting whatever money they get, they don't fucking let it, they just let a fucking pedophile go. Because of their fucking antics. You know, because it was more important for them to be entertaining and funny than it was to get this guy. You know? And the thing is, when I sit down and I look back at this video, it's one of those things where it's like, as much as I was dying laughing from start to finish, it would have been much more important than if they would have got that guy in there. He would have came in the house or whatever, and then he would have ran out, because you can't detain somebody like that. It would have been much better as far as getting that guy off the streets than it was to illegally detain him like that. Because if this guy walks, it's on them. You know, it's all fun and games until somebody gets hurt. It's all fun and games until somebody gets hurt. And if that guy walks and he God forbid, he hurts somebody else, Are they going to sit there and find it funny? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Yeah, you go out and you expose these guys, and that's great. And I'm not sitting there saying don't stop doing what you're doing. But, I mean, they know right from wrong. You know, they know right from wrong. Cassady Campbell knows right from wrong. You know, yeah, he's a comedian, he does funny stuff or whatever, but there's times where he's in the serious moments where, you know, he's not in character and stuff like that. And Cassady Campbell, from his background, again, I expect better from him. I expect better from him. If you know what I'm talking about, you know his background, you know what I'm talking about. I expect better from him. Yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about it. Funny as shit video, but I mean, at what cost? You know? At what cost? Something you should probably sit there and ask yourself next time that, you know, you start to say, oh man, this is such a great video, it was so funny, it was so funny. Yeah, I had a fucking blast watching it too. I had a blast watching it too. And then this guy walks, and then what? Are we still going to be laughing? Am I going to be laughing? Because I know I'm not going to be fucking laughing. I probably will be regretting laughing to some extent because, yeah, it was funny, but now this guy walks, and I just contribute to the dumbness that happens and this guy fucking being free. So the next time, here's the thing. Next time you sit there and you want to, you know, and this is not for everyone, but this is for the people that will defend Alex, defend Cassady Campbell, defend what they do. I want you to sit there and ask yourself a very important question. Was the entertainment value worth this guy going free because of what they did? Was it worth it to you? And I'll just leave it on that note. So, I guess the next time I'll see you in the next video. Still working on the closing.